We've all got this kind of secret operating system running in the back of our minds. It's this set of hidden beliefs that's quietly shaping how we see everything, and especially how we react when things get tough. So let's spend the next few minutes uncovering it, shall we?
I mean, have you ever really thought about this? Why is it that some people seem to just light up when they face a challenge, while other people, maybe even us, shrink away from the exact same thing? It feels like this huge fundamental difference in how we're wired, right? But it actually has less to do with talent and way more to do with a single, really powerful belief.
All right, so let's dig into that feeling. Why do challenges for so many of us feel like a threat? Why not an opportunity? Well, a lot of it boils down to this one question we're all asking ourselves, whether we realize it or not. Is talent something you're just born with, or is it something you can build? Your gut answer to that, it shapes pretty much everything else. And that feeling of struggling, why does it feel so personal? In that moment when things get hard, why does it feel like we're being judged? Not just by other people, but let's be honest, most harshly by ourselves. Here's the thing, and it's a huge trap we all fall into. We're taught to see every challenge as a final test, not a step in a process, not a learning opportunity, but a pass-fail verdict on how smart we are, how talented we are, and ultimately how worthy we are. Okay, but what if that's not the only way to look at it? What if there's a whole other story we can tell ourselves? This is where your secret operating system comes in, and just understanding it, that's the key. We call this your mindset. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like the OS on your computer or your phone. It's just always running in the background, quietly shaping how you process everything and how you react. And most of the time, you don't even notice it's there. And here's the kicker. It's not good or bad. It just is. And here's where it gets really interesting. This system pretty much runs on one of two modes. The first is the fixed mindset. This is the belief that your abilities are basically set in stone. You've got a certain amount of smarts, a certain amount of talent, and that's that. But then there's the growth mindset. And this is built on the idea that your abilities can be developed, through dedication and hard work. Now, most of us aren't 100% one or the other. The real trick is just recognizing which program is running the show at any given moment. And this just shows you exactly what we're talking about. Just look at these drawings. On the left, you see a first attempt, and on the right, the result after a ton of practice. See, this isn't about being a natural artist. Skill isn't just born, it is built piece by piece. The potential was always there, it just needed effort to unlock it. And this is the whole point right here. This isn't just some small difference of opinion. Whether you believe your abilities are fixed or that they can grow, that one single belief changes everything. It changes your entire relationship with challenges, with effort, and really with yourself. Okay, so how does this actually play out in real life? Let's look at how it completely reframes two of the toughest things we all deal with, effort and failure. If you're running that fixed mindset program, effort feels, well, it feels kind of bad. It feels like proof that you're not smart enough. It's like if you were really talented, it would just come easy, right? But switch over to a growth mindset, and the whole story flips. Effort isn't a sign of weakness. It's the very thing that turns your potential into ability. It's the path to getting good at anything. Okay, so that's effort. But what about its even scarier twin, failure? That's the big one, isn't it? Think about someone like Michael Jordan for a second. Sure, the guy had incredible natural talent. No one's denying that. But that's not the whole story, not even close. It was his mindset. He's the one who said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. He didn't see failure as a judgment. He saw it as part of the job description for success. And that right there is the core shift. In a growth mindset, failure isn't some final verdict that screams, you're not good enough. No, it's just a data point. It's information. It's a signpost that says, hey, this way didn't work. Let's try something else. It becomes a tool you can use to learn and get better. This all sounds great, I know, but how do you actually start to make this shift in the real world when you're stressed or frustrated? Well, it brings us to a surprisingly simple and powerful tool. I'm talking about the power of yet. And the beautiful thing about this mental operating system is it's not hardwired. It's software. And you know what that means? You can update it, like right now. It all starts with just one little word, a tiny piece of code you can add to your thinking. But this word, it can literally change everything. Yet. Just 3 letters. but they hold the key to unlocking a totally different way of thinking and a different way of moving through the world. So here's how you actually use it. It's so simple. Step 1, just catch that thought. You know the one, that little voice in your head that says, I can't do this, or I'm just not good at this. Step 2, you just add the word yet to the end. I can't do this, yet. I'm not good at this, yet. Can you feel that? That little word just cracks open a door. And step 3 is just walking through it. Your focus shifts from that dead-end judgment to a curious question. Okay, so what can I learn to get there? So why is this one little word so powerful? Well, for starters, it turns a brick wall into a doorway. It takes the heavy weight of judgment off your shoulders and replaces it with the lightness of curiosity. And maybe most importantly, it lets you be a work in progress, not some finished product that's either perfect or broken. It gives you permission to learn. So at the end of the day, it's not about what you can't do. It's about what you could learn to do. Just think for a second about one thing you've been telling yourself you can't do. Now, what happens if you just add that one little word, yet? What new paths start to appear?